Good day, gamers. Today, we are going to go ahead and go through the process of finding and importing and converting and using materials on the Unity Asset Store. So the first thing is you can type in something. I did like, what is it, Unity Asset Zombies, okay? And you can find something that's free. You're going to want to make sure that you authenticate, like log in to Unity. And so just make sure that you see your name up here. If not, you'll click here and then just sign in. Use your authenticate with Google. Then what you'll do is you'll go to add to my assets, accept. I've already have it in my thing. And then we're going to go to Unity and you're going to go to Window and then Package Manager. You're going to click on My Assets and you're going to see that asset you brought in. In this case here, I am bringing in a zombie, so I am going to import this asset, okay? If you don't see it, click on this like refresh button and that will bring up any assets that you have associated with your Unity account. You'll then click on Import. Import everything. And then for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something really simple. I am going to basically take the iBot and I'm going to get rid of the model for the iBot and I'm going to just bring in the zombie prefab. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to find my folder that I just imported. So there's zombies and then there's prefabs. Okay, so notice how these are pink. We're going to have to do one thing. We're going to have to convert the materials to what's called URP. All right. So if you see something that's pink, you're going to have to go to the Materials tab. Click on one, click on the other. Okay, so the way I select multiple things is I press the Control button on my keyboard, and then I click on that other one. So now I've got both of these things, and I need to convert these. So I'm going to go here to Edit, Rendering, Materials, and then Convert Selected Built-in Materials to URP. Proceed. That will then allow, like when I bring in my zombie, like the material will be there. So now I'm going to go into my iBot. Okay, so for me, here's in my prefabs folder as far as the built-in FPS. Okay, so I expanded the FPS folder. I went to prefabs and then enemies. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to delete that one because that was from my test earlier. I might want to keep my sort of initial iBot, like as far as just in case I want to add additional things. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. So the way I do that is I click on it and then you can go to Edit, Duplicate, or select it and then Control D on your keyboard. I'm then going to rename this to like Zombie. Did I put Zombot? Zombie. That's fine. Whatever. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to edit the prefab directly. And you don't see it because I'm not on the scene tab. All right. So here is what is now just an iBot. Okay. So I am going to change this. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to bring in my zombie prefab. So we're going to go to that folder that we had imported. We're going to go here to prefabs and there's 3 zombies. I'm going to just bring in this one. I'm just going to click and drag it. So now I've got a zombie that's basically going to, if I just played the game and I added this, I would have both sort of items there. Not very cool to have like kind of a robot like over a zombie. That doesn't make much sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, just make sure that he's in a good spot. So I'm going to hide. This is going to be where it says here, basic robot. Okay, so that zombie is pretty good. You'll see he's going to be a little bit small, but that's okay for now. And I'm actually just going to delete basic robot because I want just a zombie. Okay. And then what I can do is I can go out of my prefab mode. So I'll click on this little button here and let's check it out. Now you'll see there's going to be some problems with it. We'll fix that in a moment. Okay. So, oh shoot, where's the player again? Okay, there's our player. We're going to put just this zombie right here. So we want to go back to our enemy prefabs folder. Okay, there's our zombie. And then we're going to just click and drag. Now you'll see when I bring it in, the animation loop is not the way we want it to be. So you're going to see it's going to move. It's just kind of, then it's not falling down. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change, like for you, yours might just do a weird animation loop. Okay. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my my zombie prefab that I created. Okay, I'm going to select that zombie prefab that I imported, and you can see here. Here is what's called the animation controller. Okay, and I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to see in terms of like what it looks like. So right now I've got it so that it is doing an animation loop between idle and attack, which is fine. Okay. But what I can do is these are like kind of like built-in animations. Okay. So if can I like bring this over to the side here? I didn't want to do it like that. And I can sort of see like if I want to change sort of things, I can go ahead and it's going to loop to whatever animation I have it. So I right now has it between idle and attack. I'm going to make it real simple. I'm just going to have it. So let me just bring this back here so I have like more room. I'm just going to have it so that it's going to consistently just kind of just go into attack mode. So I'm going to get rid of this like kind of like idle. And I'm just going to have it so that it's only going to just sort of like lunge at me. Okay, so this is going to be where this is a built-in animation that we imported. Okay, so I'm going to just go here. Now, let's see what that zombie looks like. So you see here, now he's just in constant attack mode. Now, what I can do is that I can do some real crazy things now. So right now he's like firing a laser. So what I can do is I can go ahead to the iBot sort of like guns, okay? And we had here in terms of like the things that the iBot does. So I want it so that I'm going to make adjustments to the range. Okay, I'm going to make adjustments. I'm going to also make the projectile it fires. So if I go here to projectile prefab, okay, so it's going to go here. This is from our lessons. Okay, so this is all of the things that we care about in terms of our like what it's firing. Okay, so with us, I'm going to change it. Like I can change the damage. I'm also going to just you know, I can adjust it so that it's invisible. Okay. And then if I want to make any changes to the, like to its range, sorry, let me go back to the prefab mode for that enemy. There we go. I can change in terms of like where it's going to, as far as like, I can change its detection radius. I can change in terms of like, do I want to have a health bar? All these different things that I can adjust as far as our parameters for its weapons. So from here, we can make sure that it can have invisible things and only fire when it's close. So this is going to be something that there's a ton of stuff in the Unity store.